Military weapons, or the military set as I like to call it, they basically came out during the Blockbuster event last year, and you could get some of them either from using your Blockbuster tickets to get Blockbuster llamas, or purchase some through the stores. Now I am going to be reviewing very quickly all 11 of these weapons. Now I'm saying 11, there are actually 12 here, but I'm saying 11 just because a rare Specter is exactly the same as a silent Specter. Same fire rate, same magazine size, just everything, only it's a rare rarity, so it's kind of the same weapon as that. That's why I'm not going to be reviewing the Specter in this. Now, I really love the military set. There are so many good weapons in this set. Now, I haven't actually tried all of them before. Some of them are going to be brand new to me. Some of them I know are amazing, but let's jump damage, 570%. That is because I do currently have Sledgehammer on, so that is buffing the crit damage itself, but you can have 2 crit damage perks with a crit rating on this build, so 48, let's round up to 50, 1 in 2 shots, you'll be going to be critting massively with this weapon. The only bad thing, and I have to say, the only bad thing with this weapon is that last perk where you're getting 5 headshots in a row increases range weapon damage by 30% for 10 seconds. If you can hit those headshots, that is absolutely fantastic. But most of the time you're not going to be hitting those headshots. It's really difficult, and that in my opinion is one of the worst perks for a weapon. Hopefully when this set comes back out, you can get this Wraith again, but with a different last perk. I'd love that. I don't really think they'll do that though. I think it will still be getting 5 headshots in a row. I would love it if it is changed. If there is a new one, I will recycle this one, perk up my new Wraith. But this is my favourite weapon, and most people's favourite weapon, so let's jump into action with this weapon. Now, with the Wraith, look at that. It actually just annihilates enemies so much if you can get that crit. 1 in pretty much a 50% crit chance. It's a fantastic weapon, and we got some blasters here. Now, it'll melt through mist monsters like they're nothing. Really will. Melt through regular enemies like they're nothing. It is a fantastic weapon, and I think that's why it's the most popular one in the whole military set. It's probably the best. It really is. Really is probably the best one in that set. So next up, the Silent Specter. Now I do regret making this Sunbeam because the fire rate is absolutely insane with this weapon. Now that means I'm going to be burning through the durability very quickly with a faster fire rate weapon. Obviously it uses less durability than a slower fire rate weapon, but I'm still burning through that durability. Now it again, 48% crit chance is a theme with these military weapons. They all have high, well most of them have very high crit chances if you have a crit rating on. Now we can only get 1 crit damage perk on this. I've had magazine size, again this is my own one. Now this one is very good as well. I wouldn't say it's as good as the Wraith. This one is more of smaller husk killing. The Wraith is more of the huskling or smasher, in my opinion anyway. You can use them how you want, but let's just get into some gameplay with the Silent Specter. Alright, now the Silent Specter, now this is also a crystal version, and it's got a fast fire rate. Now, faster fire rates mean it's gonna have a much higher chance of critting because it's hitting more shots per second. But I mean more crits in a second, but look at that. Went through those guys pretty fast. That's what I mean with the Silent Spectre. It does a significantly less damage than the Wraith, but it's better for those hordes like that where you can just mow through them really quickly, rather than the Wraith where it's nowhere near as fast as the Silent Spectre. Look at that. The Wraith is definitely, in my opinion, more of a mist monster shredder. Preferably smashes because they are a pain, but look, that is absolutely fantastic. Next up is one of the less known weapons of this military set, is their Hacksaw. Now this isn't my personal one, so these are not the rolls I would normally have. I would never really have a reload speed on something like this, but I don't know what this is going to be like as of recording this. I've never touched it. It seems to have a very decent fire rate of 9.75. Not as good as the Silent Spectre, but I think it does more damage than the Silent Spectre per shot as well. So I'm going to hop this into a mission, and we're just going to test this out and see if it's actually good. Right, the Hacksaw, as I said before, not the rolls I would like, and definitely I've never used it, so this is the first time I've ever actually tried this. Here we go. Okay, it doesn't really seem to do too much damage. Maybe it's because it's not a crit build, and I am much more used to using crit weapons. I've actually forgot the perks on this. It's only been a few seconds, but if I manage to roll this, I do believe it'll be significantly better than what that was, having a pure crit. Well, let me just double check the rolls. Yeah, damage, there's nothing to do with crit on it, so this actual hero I'm using is kind of useless. But yeah, I will definitely roll it for crit. It did okay. Now, I do assume if you can get the crit build on this weapon, it'll be absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's the best LMG in the game, because again, like I said, first time trying it, but that did work okay. I've got to say, it worked alright up there. But yeah, I will definitely change the rolls if I get my hands on this. After this, another assault weapon. There are quite a lot of assault weapons in this set. So it is the Tiger. Now, again, these are not maxed rolls, so we're not going to get the best possible outcome with this weapon, but I do have high hopes for this weapon. I haven't actually ever seen it in game as well. I'm not sure how rare it is, if people actually ever got it, but we do have a crit rating and 2 crit damages, so that crit rating is maximum, so we're going to be able to crit a lot as well with a 43% crit chance. It is fire, so much better against those nature enemies. 5 headshots in a row, same with the Wraith. It's not a great one, however this has a scope which kind of makes up for that. You can hit headshots a lot easier when you do have a scope. Now I don't know what this is going to be like, but I do have high hopes for it, so let's get this into a mission as well. Now, one weapon I am excited to use is the Tiger, because I know it has a scope. If I can get some crits off on that. Oh, it crits quite hard. If we do get crits. Oh, that's good. It's quite a nice way. It's not actually too hard to aim, considering I'm using an analog stick, and it's really painful with scope sometimes. That was good. One shot the, what were they, lobbers. Really good. What's the range like on it then? That is what I really would like to test. Can I find husks at range? I can. Let's see if we can one-shot them from... Right, okay, there's no range on it. Well, there is range, but it's not as far as a sniper, because it does have has a scope, but it's not as far as a sniper. Say that. I want to test it again, though. I just want to test it just one more time on them. And there's a few more husks over there. We might as well try on those. It actually works quite good. I'm not sure if this is one I'm going to perk up, though, because I'm just not a fan of scoped assault rifles. I don't know, I don't like them as much. However, I think they're much better as defender weapons, because no bloom, and defenders should hit the vast majority of their shots with the no bloom. Okay, it's not critting as high as I'd expect. I do know the crit damages are only purple rolled, not legendary rolled. That's still quite decent though. Oh man, I didn't even realise I could fire that fast. It's an okay fire rate, I guess. You can hip fire it, and look, there's not too much bloom once on hip fire. Okay, maybe I will put this up. That was quite a decent weapon as well. So now another popular weapon is popular, but not many people seem to have actually got it. But it's the Bobcat. Now again, these rolls, in my opinion, aren't fantastic for it. I do build things for crit if I have everything legendary. That is just its preference, but it's much more, it's just better. Everything does more damage if it's a crit build with a decent fire rate. And this weapon is good. I'll give it that. It's good. I do think it can be a lot better with that crit build though. So when I do get my hands on this weapon, I will make, you know, a crit rating, crit damage. I'm not sure how many crit damages you can get, but let's hop this into mission and just see how good this one is against some enemies. Okay, with the Bobcat, again, it is a damage build. That is why I've changed to this hero. Now, by looking at it, it looks like it does a lot of damage, and to be fair, it does a lot of damage, but I just prefer crit builds. They are just so much better, in my opinion, crit builds now. Although this, if I could aim properly, is doing a lot of damage anyway. It is really doing something, at least, which is quite decent. Let me just heal myself there. It's doing quite good against the blasters. With a sledgehammer build, I do think we'll be able to crit more to make more damage go off. I'm really unsure of the bindings on this. I don't really know the bindings on this hero. Fire against water, that does decently. Again, I don't really think it'd be my favourite. Maybe it will. Maybe if I get this schematic back, it'll be amazing. I think it could be really good if I get a good crit build on this. Make it obsidian though, just so it has a better fire rate. It would be critting more often. What is the crit chance on this weapon as well? The base crit chance. Only 10%, so it'll be 38% chance. It won't be critting as much, but the fire rate, again, quite decent, 10.8. So I am looking forward to getting this weapon in future and just perking it up again, because I don't know, I think it could be good. It could be a lot better in my opinion. Really could be good, especially with that sledgehammer build. I'm excited anyway. And here we go, the final assault weapon in the military set. It is the Lynx. Now this one is very unique. It is very good for first shot Rio because it's a triple burst. Now this has triple crit damage as well. I currently do have the sledgehammer build on, so that's 680% crit damage, which is phenomenal. But I do use this with first shot Rio, so those first 6 shots, which is 2 bursts, it'll wipe out any husk. So I think it's a lot better for smashers and blasters and those, higher health enemies. That's why I use it, and it suffers from the same drawback, the same as the Tiger and the Wraith have with that 5 headshots in a row. Hopefully, like I said, I do hope when they come back out, you can change these last perks, or just have something different, not change. But that'd be a lot better if you could have something different. I'll be a bit deflated if they are still 5 headshots in a row, because they're not the best things you ever want. But let's test this out and see just how good this weapon is. Right, with the last assault rifle, we've got to use it with first shot Rio. But watch this. It melts. You guaranteed crit. Now, after the first 6 shots, we don't crit anymore, which is why I believe there's a reload speed on there. So it's going to be you can just do that, reload. Now, look against normal hordes of enemies. Now, I'm not a fan with using burst against normal hordes, because you're going to eliminate them in the first shot and waste the other 2 pellets. So that is why I don't normally use them against massive hordes. But the Lynx is good, especially with this triple crit damage build with first shot Rio after the hero rework, because you will be critting insanely hard. It is fantastically good. Now, I just realised I haven't even Warcried. I'm going to try and quickly find another blaster or smasher, just something, just before we finish this very, very quick Lynx review. Right, it was Warcry as well. That's not Warcry. I forgot what Warcry is for this build. I've really forgot. I've not played First Shot Rio in a very long time. Bear with me. I think it's this. Here we go. Now, you're going to get the fire rate even more with Warcry using First Shot Rio with this weapon. Now, if you're going to have the triple crit damage, it has to be First Shot Rio. I don't really think there's any other decent hero you can use a triple crit damage build with. I mean, maybe Sledgehammer with First Shot Rio in support, but you'll only be able to get 2 definite crits instead of the 6 you get, so that's not even a full burst. But I do like this weapon, I really do. It's just, I'm not a massive fan of bursts overall, but the triple crit damages makes it so unique. Now that moves us on to the first non-assault weapon in this military set, and it is the quad launcher. Now, I have actually never used the quad launcher either. I've seen it being used. It uses you shoot it and it has like a little fire pool at the bottom. I believe it is very good. I haven't actually used it, so I don't know if it's that good, but I think it's quite good. It is also fire on this. Again, this is not mine, so the rolls are not exactly what I would normally have. But let's hop this into a mission and just see how good it goes, especially against massive hordes of enemies. I want to see if it does like affliction when you shoot it on the floor. Now the quad launcher, another one I've never actually used, but I've seen used. Now I know these are water enemies, and this is a fire weapon. Let's see what it does. That is kind of like, that is quite useful. That seems really useful. Now let's just say, hypothetically, this is your objective. Husks are coming in. You can shoot it like this, and the husks that constantly attack it will constantly keep taking damage from this fire. I think this could be really useful in those type of situations. And it does quite a lot of damage. It takes time for the damage to happen, just because of the fire, but come on, let's get him in here. Kind of reminds me of the Dragon's Fury, I think. Dragon's Roar? No, Dragon's Fury, I think it is. One of the Dragon launchers. Well, I quite like this. This might be one I perk up as well, because that's quite useful. What is the structure damage like on this? How about the range as well? Oh, there's no dip on it. I kind of expected dip, like the Battle Royale version. Not too much dip. Quite decent structure damage, I'll say that. No other husks around. Okay, let's just shoot here, try and bait him through it. I tell you what, the fire is actually super strong. The fire is really strong on this weapon. That is incredible. Look at that. I kind of want to do this just one more time on these guys. The initial impact does a lot of damage, and that fire, yeah, this will be fantastic just for those clutch moments where the wall on the objective is just about to be destroyed. You can place this here, kills the initial husks, and then the fire, just for 2-3 seconds. I'm not sure how long it lasts. How long does it last? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Around 5 seconds. But again, it's just a bit of extra defense for 5 seconds. I think that'll be really, really good. Now, the crossbow, this is the first of 2 snipers in this set. Now, I do have my Rabbit Raider Jonesy build on this, that is why my crit damage has been increased. However, this is not even a crit build, so we're not really going to be critting. Now, I've had to use Rabbit Raider Jonesy because I do not have, I think it's Redline Ramirez for this, because she increases sniper damage just on it, but I think it's 50%. But let's just use this weapon. I've never actually tried it though, so I'm not really 100% sure what it does. I do know it pierces through enemies though, as it says at the bottom there. But let's just test this in a mission as well. This is the very, very first time I'm ever used this. If we can crit, it should crit hard, but let's see the dip on it. I'm aiming directly for the head. Oh, there's quite a lot of dip, but it did actually one hit that husk. So that's very good. Decent headshot damage as well. It's very quiet as well. I'm not sure if you can hear it when it shoots. I can't, but that's probably this headset. That is actually really good. I do believe it is exactly the same as the Heartbreaker, apart from that last perk as well. Let's see what the hipfire is like. Hipfire is good. I want to try and train the enemies as well. Try and pierce through them, if possible. Although, husklings are not the best to train. Okay, it goes right through him, gets multiple. That is very good. I've just spotted a blaster as well. I believe I have Warcry. Let's see if we can get... Oh! Now, if this was a crit build, that probably would have one-hit it. I am happy with this. This may be another one I'll perk up. If not this, then the Heartbreaker. Because I know with the Heartbreaker you get an extra 30% damage when you aim down sights. Which is very, very nice. Well, this is quite good. I love how stealthily it is. How very quiet it is. I quite like that. I also want to test something. Does it have an arrow when you shoot it? No, it doesn't. Not like the Yeoman. But that is quite a good weapon. This majority of this military set is very, very good. But it's just that last perk that kind of lets most of them down as well with the headshots in a row. But pierce it. Oh, it's dead hard to line them up. Quite good though. I just want to see the dip on it. I'm going to get quite high up so we can see the dip very quickly, like so. Let's just see the dip and range. Is there any husks over there? They're decent distance. Let's see the dip and range. That is quite a lot of dip. But we can still one-hit enemies from quite a distance, so that is very good. And now the Obliterator. This is probably one of the most famous snipers in Save the World. Probably because of defenders. You give it a defender, they will shoot through walls. They'll see husks that we can't see. Now this is a double crit build, so I've got 2 crit ratings and 2 crit damages on this. Look at the crit damage, only 480%. Now that is really high considering we only have those 2 damage perks on that. I'm still using Rabbit Raider Jonesy for this. Now I've just gone for a crit build because I can. Normally I wouldn't. With a fire rate of 0.63, I would never have gone for a crit build. However, you can have a double crit build on this, so if I ever manage to get these legendary rolls, that should get over 50%. So everyone knows about the Obliterator. We're going to get this into a mission as well, but this is an amazing weapon. Now the Obliterator, probably the most famous sniper in the game, and oh, I missed. Now, it is mostly used with defenders, because what you can do with defenders, you can line it up, defenders can see through here. I can't exactly see the husks when I do that, but we'll line it up. But no, don't get me. And you can shoot through walls with it. I completely missed that shot. Let me just wipe these out. Try again. We'll damage the wall so we can see it through it a bit. No, the husks are destroying it. But look, you can shoot through the walls, and look at that. Headshot eliminations cause explosion as well. That is probably the best thing you can have on a sniper, with headshot eliminations cause explosion. Snipers generally are easy to hit headshots with, if you aim down sights, that is, not using them at close range. So every time you get that hit, it's going to more than likely one-shot enemies. Get that headshot explosion, which is so good. I just want to show off again, for those of you that don't know how the Obliterator works. With sniper defenders, anyway, it's probably best for them. I wouldn't suggest using it yourself. Definitely for sniper defenders though. Right, so we can see through this. There's a husk. Line it up. He's gone. Now, he's one of 2 snipers that do this. The Neon Sniper also does it, but you can see enemies through walls while it has significantly less damage. But again, this is probably the most famous sniper in Fortnite Save the World. Next up we have the only shotgun in this set, which is the ground pounder. Now I've never actually seen this used, because I genuinely, either it's super rare or really bad, because I never see a single person use it, and I've never even touched it myself. That last perk, headshot eliminations cause explosions, again, it's not fantastic for shotguns because there is a pellet spread. It's really hard to hit headshots sometimes unless you're very close. I don't really know what this is. It's got very good crit damage. That is because we also have our shotgun build on. It is a rapid fire military shotgun with tight spread but stiff recoil. So good for dealing damage very quickly. So it has a 4.05 fire rate, 7 mag size. So we're going to get through the mag size fairly quick. I'm really looking forward to this one since I've never actually used it before. Right, this is the very first time I've ever seen this weapon in use. And I'm sure the very first time many people have seen this weapon in use. Let's just see how good it is. Okay. Okay, that's got some good range in it. Ooh. That's really took me by surprise. Okay, I'm actually really liking this. I didn't think I'd like it. Let me see the maximum fire rate without Warcry. That's quite good. It really is quite decent. It's got really good range on it for a shotgun as well. Ah, what was it going to do to this guy? Nothing. I think I should do a separate video on this weapon once it fully comes back. I would really like to try this on the Smasher. It's the only one I'm going to split into little 2 parts of this. I really would like to try this on Mist Monsters and or Smashers, sorry. Right, I can't actually find a Smasher in this little area I'm actually just looking for. But we will settle with a Blaster. I'm really, really excited for this. Oh, I missed. It's definitely more of a horde clearer. Like that. I swear there was another one. Let's reload. Let's even Warcry. Oh my gosh! That is so much better than I first thought it was going to be. Look at that. That is crazy good. The range, the damage. Remember, I'm losing 50% damage because it's a physical weapon. That is great. That is actually really... I think I will actually perk this one up. I've really changed my mind on the ground pounder. Now, onto one of 2 pistols in this military set. Now, this is my Bald Eagle. The perks are not the greatest, I've got to admit that. Obviously, I would have liked to have everything legendary perked. And that purple epic damage there, that can be a headshot damage. Now, that is what I wish we could have got. But, again, it doesn't need to be. This thing absolutely hits like a beast. And let's get this in the mission and just show you. So with the Bald Eagle, I haven't actually used this since the rework, but what I do remember, it could one-hit so many different types of enemies if you get them in the head, and it is doing this now. Now, I do think, in terms of damage, it has been overshadowed by the Jack's Revenge, which came out recently, because that does amazing amounts of headshot damage. However, this weapon has a much, much better fire rate. Just look at this. We are one-hitting pretty much everything. I don't think we've had to use 2 bullets on a single enemy yet. Even things like Huskies. Okay, absolutely proved me wrong there, but that's because we didn't get the phase shift off. It is absolutely incredible. Really, really is. It's one of my first pistols I really started to use, but it's just because so many pistols have came out over the last year. I've perked up loads of other pistols, and I've just never really got time to use this anymore. We've got a blaster over here. Let's just use it on the blaster. Let's reload. Let's phase shift if we can. We can't phase shift for some reason. I want that extra 100 and odd damage. Here we go. Look at that. 1 shot, 2 blasters. It is just a really, really decent gun. And the thing is, the rolls aren't even that good on it either. But it's still a good weapon. If you like pistols, definitely perk this one up. And finally, the last weapon on this military list is the Whisper 45. Now, the one thing I regret is that last perk in it. I do realise you kind of get different ones out of the llama, but I stupidly decided to perk up a headshot eliminations cause explosion one. Really, you don't want that on a pistol either. I'm not a fan of headshot eliminations cause explosion, apart from on the slow firing weapons like, you know, like the last one, the Bald Eagle. That would be fantastic on that, or a sniper. Now this again has significantly higher crit chance with 48%. You can have that crit damage there for 435. That is because I have Beetlejuice as my main. Now let's get a quick bit of gameplay with this. Now this is a very good weapon. What are you going to be using against physical blasters? Oh, we got this guy first. But again, Whisper is a fantastic weapon. I phase shift the completely wrong way there. It's a very good weapon. Look at that. Now, not many pistols can do that much damage that quick. It is an amazing weapon. It really is. I believe this was the first pistol I fully legendary perked as well. But just look at the damage you can potentially output. It is incredible. With the right weapon build and the right hero build, you'll be just annihilating enemies. Like 2 hitting blasters by the looks of it. Like, it's incredible. It really, truly is incredible. You've got to have some good aim, not my potato aim. But Again, this is a weapon I do recommend you do perk up when this military set does eventually return. I do think it will return. I think it's going to be tomorrow. By the way, I'm recording this on the 1st of May. I do think it's back on the 2nd of May 2019. But this whole set is so good. Majority of it anyway. There we go. So that was the whole military set with little bite-sized reviews, let's call them that. Now, that has took me by surprise. That I don't really think there is a weak weapon in it. I do think it's one of the most vast arsenals of weapons in this game with terms of sets. Because there's a load of weapons in there. We've got 2 pistols, we've got a shotgun, we've got 2 snipers, we've got 5 ARs, we've got a quad launcher, which is that's just incredible. There isn't really a bad weapon in this set. I really like everything in it. I did not think I'd like the ground pounder at all, because going off the one I had in the book, that didn't look too good. I mean, obviously that's a legacy weapon, but that's really took me by surprise. I am excited for the military set to come back. I will definitely perk the ground pounder up, and maybe the hacksaw, definitely the bobcat as well. Just want to get those back, but that was the military set and all the military set reviews of the weapons, middle bite-sized ones. Let me know what you guys thought, and as always, thank you for watching.